Up until now, there has typically been just two ways for small to medium-sized businesses to get their post out the door. Either the company prints the letters themselves, uses stamps from the post office, or they have a physical franking machine in their office and so print the postage on an as and when required basis before dropping it off at the nearest postbox. Many believe that a franking machine saves them money because the rates they pay for postage is a few pence less than that of stamps. However, in this video we will reveal a number of compelling reasons why in many cases that is simply not the case. Whilst you may save a few pennies on postage from franking machine providers, more often than not you'll pay for it elsewhere. And so let's begin. The first way franking machine companies make their money is through the hefty upfront charges. Whilst this can vary from supplier to supplier, just to open an account requires a steep setup fee and at least £150 to £200 just to have their machine in your office. Either that or you'll need to rent one for £20 to £30 a month, often having to pay for a virtually worthless maintenance cover as well. These fees alone can significantly chip into any expected cost savings. Their second significant profit centre is made through ancillary fees, and from experience we can tell you that these really got our back up as they seem so sneaky and unfair. Whilst they can also vary from provider to provider, a market leader in the space penalises you just for topping up your account. We would top up our account with say £500 and find that £20 or so was lost in admin fees. Yes, that's right, we were charged for giving them money. We also found that we had been roped into a nearly useless annual maintenance contract for our machine. No one ever visited our office, nor did any MOT on it. Why not? We didn't call them and they didn't call us, because we didn't need it. We basically paid for nothing. It was a painful lesson regarding the importance of reading the small print. Believe it or not, they even profit from complaints, as the company used an expensive 0844 number which costs at least 7p a minute from a landline and much more from a mobile. Those looking to become one of their customers, of course, were honoured with an 0800 free phone number, but those already given them money, like us, were required to give them some more. In this day and age, after purchasing a software for a computer or a mobile app, you would expect the software updates to be included in the price, right? Well, not with all franking machine providers. They had the cheek to charge us over £200 a year just to update our machine with the latest raw mail prices. Minor changes to their database that were sure a single coder could do in less than a day makes them probably millions of pounds a year in pure profit. Another revenue stream not related to the postage you send with them comes from their smooth talking sales team, who will frequently honour you with their presence and try to sell you extra products and services. As we've all experienced when buying a desktop printer, the actual printer itself is reasonably priced. It's the toner and cartridges that cost you an arm and a leg. Being that you have one of their machines that requires their ink cartridges to keep printing the postage, they've got you. Don't be surprised if it's some of the most expensive ink you'll ever purchase. But you have to pay the often eye-watering rates, otherwise your franking machine will be nothing more than an ugly paperweight. Furthermore, expect their commission-hungry sales force to frequently encourage you to upgrade to a larger, more expensive machine, take out a maintenance contract, purchase paper, envelopes, labels and any other supplies at greatly inflated prices. The next way they make a small fortune is by the genuine mistakes that you or your colleagues make when printing postage. Basically, after choosing the postage class, you have one shot to print that postage on the envelope. That's it. Should you have tape at the top of the envelope and it smears, should there not be enough ink in your machine, or should you have the envelope in the wrong position, or there's just any other genuine mistake, you're basically stuffed. If you're using the signed for service for a letter, such mistakes could cost you £2 to £3 each. If you're using the special delivery service, it'll cost you at least £6 a go. That's not to mention the lost money on postage for items sent abroad. These are not one-off losses either. They occur every single time you make a silly mistake. You might think it would be easy enough to call the franking machine provider and ask them to void the transaction and refund you. But I'm afraid you'd be out of luck. They would more likely just shrug their shoulders and direct you back to this contract you signed. What makes it so much more frustrating is that whilst you are still being charged for this wasted postage, the franking machine company is not being billed. These letters never enter the Royal Mail system, so as far as Royal Mail is concerned, they don't exist. Therefore, instead of your franking machine provider charging you £6 for a special delivery letter that Royal Mail say charge them £5.70 and allow them to make maybe a 30p profit, they are charging you £6 and making a £6 profit. This is a shameless practice, but legal due to the terms of their contract. The final, what some would call underhanded way that these merchants make their money is through eye-watering late payment charges. Again, these can vary from company to company, but a market leader charges £25 a pop each month. If you're a day late or you go over your allowance, you'll be charged a minimum £25 just for that. Virtually pure profit for them. So what's the alternative? Go back to using stamps from the post office? Well, that's one way to ensure you're only paying for postage and nothing more, but it still has the headache of ensuring that your printer is always working, you have enough ink, paper, labels, as well as the joy of having to queue at the post office for signed for items and wasting time stuffing envelopes and dashing to the post box before the 5 p.m. deadline. And so there is a third way to send your mail that you've been teased about for long enough, and it's using a virtual franking machine. A desktop software for your computer that has no monthly or annual charges, no maintenance charges, and truly operates on a pay-as-you-go basis. You want to send just one letter a year? Then rest assured that one letter a year is all you'll pay for. Furthermore, a virtual franking machine is a 100% done-for-you solution. You just drag and drop the PDF document files you want printed and posted into the tool. They're then uploaded to our server, Dropbox style, printed, sealed in an envelope, the correct postage added, and sent out from our London office. Details of this exciting, game-changing software for PC and Mac computers will be revealed in the next video. You'll also see how we're bringing a refreshing change to the industry by only providing organisations like yours with a done-for-you service that virtually costs the same as sending items yourself. That's right, no monthly charges or sneaky fees. You just pay for the items you send out the door.